All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give our praises to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem, Rakah, Hakwadash, and double honors to our apostles and elders at Great Millstone who taught us His truth. But shalom to you, Akim, that puts the word across the four corners of this globe with all truth and sincerity by Hashem, Rakah, Hakwadash. And pretty much, it's lucky. I just want to make a quick lesson, and make my, a point. Quick and short, to where pretty much, you know what I'm saying, to where every brother, when coming to serve Yahweh Shemi outside, each individual, brother, you know what I'm saying, their hell is, ordained, customly made, specifically for each and every single one of them, I'm saying, made for them to endure, like one situation may be, like for example, like one situation that a brother may be going through may be as hard, or not as hard, I'm saying, maybe to the next brother that may be going through something, even worse, I'm saying, but that brother might consider that to be, like hell. And then maybe that, that brother, that considered that, maybe he, could go through something that the brother that's probably catching that, extreme hell, he'll look at that and be like, man, that's hell. I'm saying, but see, my point is that, at the end of the day, I'm saying, Yahweh Shemi Shai, he's the one, which ordains these things upon the election. And us being at the hopeful election, on which we hope to be, of that number, this is, the process, I'm saying, of really, of counting the cost. I'm saying, matter of fact, let me get this in, this is Luke chapter 14, verse 7, and whosoever doth not bear his cross and come after me cannot be my disciple. You know what I'm saying? When Yahweh Shai, him bearing his cross, and even prior to the, to him actually physically carrying, the cross, to the place of skulls, he was already catching hell, man. He's already, as it's written, he was a man that was, I don't know if you paraphrasing, that was, acquainted with grief, with many, just straits upon it, man. And us that's walking in his footsteps, we're walking, the same fashion. But this time, like the elder Kazak be saying, how we're, how we're like, how we're many, it's like we're like, we're like a different versions of Yahweh Shai. How we're, because each brother's spirit is different, but we are the same because why? Because we take part in the same spirit as Yahweh Shemi Shai, and we're walking in his same footsteps, right? It's just that, our our life, so to speak, our lives, our way of our lives are just, are just different, as well as our spirits, like, some brothers might be going through something, something that's like wild crazy, and it may be, seem like it's wild crazy, to another brother, but I'm saying that individual brother is able to handle that, and and the same goes on to the next brother, as well as the next. But I'm gonna get this quick precept in this is 2nd Ezra chapter 7, verse verse 6, there is also another thing. A city is builded and set upon a broad field. It is full of all good things. The entrance thereof is narrow and is set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were a fire on the right hand and on the left a deep water, and one only path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could but one man go there at once. You know what I'm saying? You know? And the Lord tells us to enter in at the straight gate. This is Matthew chapter 7, verse 13. Enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat, because straight is the gate and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it, man. And who's those that find it? You know what I'm saying? Those very few that find that life, is the elect of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. The very few, and those very few, the only way to obtain that life is by them walking through the straight gate, but the mass majority, their way of life is walking through the broad, which is going to lead it, towards death and destruction, man. And many there be which go in there at, man. The Lord woke us up to take part in his glory, man. But the process wasn't pretty, man. But nonetheless, he that endured to the end, the same shall be saved, man. And that's a promise, man. Our Lord endured to the end, and he sits on the right hand throne of the Most High Yahweh. You know what I'm saying? So, once again, we are walking in the same footsteps of our Lord, and we're, and we're bearing, each and one of our crosses. We're bearing each and every one of our individual, crosses, man. Which was custom made and suited for us to handle. This is This is 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 13. There hath no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man. Yeah, so things that you go through, you might think that, it's like, it's crazy, or you feel like you alone. But, you gotta always remember that, even, certain people in the world, niggas in the world, that, they go through the same thing, as what you're going through, man. There have no temptation taken, but such as is common to man. The average everyday person, be going through the same amount of hell. But I'm saying you know how to get out of it because why? Because you have this knowledge. I'm saying, see, Jake in the world, they go through these straits, and they don't know who to call upon, man. They call upon God and Jesus, and even though, the truth was right in front of their face, the prophets are giving them, this knowledge, Jake is rejecting it, man. So, so Lord just keeps them, in that stuck cycle. That's why these niggas are always stuck. Just fucking, can't see the get out their situation because why? Because they're being wicked, man. Wicked, and rebellious, and not turn towards Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. Not turn, they're not turning their hearts towards Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, in meekness, in humility, and in fear. You know what I'm saying? So they just, they're doing as they will, they're not caring. But the Most High is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that you're able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that you may be able to bear it, man. And that's the difference. You know what I'm saying? Could those that's of the hopeful election, at least the Lord, he puts a cap on it, man. Because why? Because he has mercy upon you, man. It could be way worse for you though. It could be extremely way worse, than what you're going through, man. You know what I'm saying? Because the average nigga in the world, you know what I'm saying, they go through shit, towards their condemnation, man. You know, because because they've been rebellious, relentlessly being wicked, man. And the prophets are out here, and they're ignoring the truth. You know what I'm saying? So they just, free food for judgment, man. You know what I'm saying? But the elect of Yahweh Shemi Shai, even though, how we go through judgment, yet the Lord makes a way for us to escape, that we may be able to bear it, man. That it rolls off our back, man. And we don't, be condemned by it, man. But still come out on the other side to give glory to Yahweh Shemi Shai. And that's what the average 2/3, can't do, man. Because why? Because they, can't see the Lord, man. Neither do they believe upon Yahweh Shemi Shai, and neither do they want to. But they want to just keep on being niggas and being rebellious, and keep serving their own selves. You know what I'm saying? But we fear and serve Yahweh Shemi Shai, which is why the Lord, Lord willing, he raised us up, man. As long as we continue to do what it is that we're supposed to do until the end, man. The main point is pretty much, how, each hell is custom made for us, man. For each and every, individual brother. I'm saying, for them to make it. But verse 8 in 2nd Ezra chapter 7, and one only path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could but one man go there at once. Only one man can enter into the strait, man. And that's a personal, a thing. Where the Lord, individually visits you, to enter into the straight gate to get to the other side towards his kingdom. You're going to individually, straighten you, man. By you entering, through this narrow pathway. Faced with, face of obstacles that you individually have to get over yourself, man. There's not enough space, for 2 or 3 men to get through, but nah, man, now it's your turn to get through it, solo, man. And then boom, the next person's turn. That's how Yahweh Shemi Shai has made it, man. I remember the elders from Mississippi, I forgot their names, Salakia, but pretty much, it was like, I think it was like last year, the title was something to where, how the Lord is making made men, spiritually made men, put them through trials, to the point to, in the end, they're going to be made, when you go into like the mafia, for example, to be like a capo or some shit, capo regime or something like that, or a don, first you got to be a made guy first. You can't just, just fucking come up some other way and, just fucking claim yourself to be a don. You gotta be made, you gotta be, put through the ringer, so to speak, man, before you can, achieve the status, man. Well experienced, so Lord can trust you, and count you worthy to obtain this glory, man. And that's each and every, that's each and every one of us, man. And that'd be our goal for us to, to make it unto the end. Lord willing that we be of that election, man. Verse 9, if this city now were given to a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance? And I said, it is so, Lord. Then said he unto me, even so also is Israel's portion. And that's dealing with the election, Israel's portion, the elect, the remnant. These dangers are set before us because, it's the only way. The straight gate to obtain eternal life, man. Straight, it's narrow, but it's the only way, man. And the Lord is going to carry us through all the way through. I'm going to end it off in this in this precept. This is in Isaiah 43, verse 1. But now thus saith the Lord Yahweh Shmi Al-Shad, I created thee, O Jacob, and he that formed thee, O Israel. Fear not, for I have redeemed thee. I have called thee by thy name, thou art mine. When thou passest through the waters, I will be with thee, and through the rivers, that they shall not overflow thee. When thou walkest through the fire, thou shalt not be burned, neither shall the flame kindle upon thee. You know what I'm saying? And that's plain, man. You know what I'm saying? Yahweh Shmi Al-Shad, is gonna be with us, all the way through, even unto the end of the world, man. But be a calm, man. That's basically the main points that I want to give for this lesson. So I pray and hope that your brothers and sisters find it edifying. Until next time, I say shalom.